People say my mom turned me into a girl like it was something she did to me instead of something she did for me. Like she forced this identity on me instead of seeing what was already there and giving it permission to breathe. My name is Charles Wheeler, and this is the truth about how my mother saved my life by helping me become someone I was already trying to be. I was 14 years old the first time she found me wearing her clothes. Not playing dress up. Not pretending. Just standing in front of her mirror looking at myself in her blue sundress, trying to understand why it felt more right than anything in my own closet. Most mothers would have panicked. Most mothers would have lectured me about boys and girls and staying in my lane. My mom just stood in the doorway watching me for a minute before saying, "That color looks beautiful on you, sweetheart." I started crying. Not sad tears, but relief. Relief that someone saw me and did not immediately try to fix me. "Does this make me bad?" I asked her. "Does it make you happy?" She asked back. "Yes." "Then it makes you human." Nothing bad about that. She did not make a big deal about it. Just quietly started buying me clothes in both boys and girls sections. Let me choose what I wanted to wear each day without comment. Created a space where I could explore who I was without shame attached to every discovery. By the time I was 15, I was living mostly as feminine. Long hair. Painted nails. Clothes from whichever section felt right that day. Mom supported it all while my dad grew more and more distant. He did not yell or lecture. He just stopped being present. Stopped coming to my school events. Stopped asking about my day. Stopped seeing me entirely. "He will come around," Mom said whenever I asked about it. But we both knew she was lying to make me feel better. When I turned 18, Mom sat me down for a serious conversation. "I need you to understand something," she said. "The world is not going to be as kind to you as I am. People are going to say cruel things. They are going to tell you I am a bad mother for letting you be yourself. They are going to blame me for not forcing you to be someone you are not." "I know," I said. "But I need you to also know that I have never regretted supporting you. Not once. Even when it cost me my marriage. Even when it made me an outcast in our neighborhood. Even when my own family stopped talking to me." She held my hands tight. "You are exactly who you are supposed to be, and I am proud of every single version of you." That was the moment I understood what my mother had sacrificed for me. Dad left when I was 16, unable to handle having a feminine son. Grandparents cut off contact. Friends from church stopped calling. All because Mom refused to force me back into a box that had never fit. High school was brutal in ways I had not prepared for. Kids who had known me since elementary school suddenly turned vicious. Teachers who had praised me for years started treating me like a problem to be managed. I got shoved into lockers. Called names I will not repeat. Threatened in bathrooms when no adults were around. Mom drove me to school every single day and picked me up. Walked me to the principal's office every time something happened. Fought every battle I was too tired to fight myself. She became both mother and father. Both protector and advocate. Both the softness I needed and the strength I could not yet find in myself. "Why do you keep fighting for me?" I asked one night after a particularly bad day. "It would be so much easier if you just asked me to stop. Just asked me to be normal." "Because normal is a lie we tell ourselves to feel safe," she said. "And I did not have you just to watch you shrink yourself into nothing trying to be something you are not." Senior year, something shifted. A few kids started defending me. A teacher pulled me aside to say he thought I was brave. Small moments of acceptance that felt like miracles after years of hostility. But the damage was done. I had spent so many years being afraid that even kindness felt suspicious. I had learned to protect myself by expecting the worst from everyone. Mom noticed I was withdrawing. Spending more time alone. Talking less about my feelings. She tried to pull me out of it, but I was sinking into a darkness I could not explain. "I think I need help," I finally admitted one night. "Professional help." She had me in therapy within a week. Paid for it even though money was tight. Drove me to every appointment. Did her own therapy to learn how to support me better. Became fluent in language about gender and identity and trauma so she could understand what I was experiencing. Slowly I started healing. Not from being feminine, but from years of being punished for it. Learning that my mother's acceptance was real, even when the world's acceptance was not. Learning that I could survive in a society that did not want me to exist. College was supposed to be my fresh start. A place where nobody knew my history. Where I could just be Charles, who sometimes presented feminine without the weight of everyone's judgment. But 3 weeks into my freshman year, Mom called with news that changed everything. "I have breast cancer," she said. Her voice was calm in a way that scared me more than crying would have. Stage 4. They caught it late. The world stopped. Everything that mattered suddenly did not matter at all. I came home immediately. Took a semester off to be with her. Watched her go through treatments that made her sick and weak and small. Held her hand through surgeries and hospital stays and doctor's appointments with terrible news. Through it all, she kept asking about me. About whether I was taking care of myself. Whether I was still exploring my identity, or if I had let fear push me back into hiding. "I need you to promise me something," she said during one of her lucid moments between pain medication. "I need you to promise you will keep being yourself after I am gone. That you will not let guilt or grief make you small again." "Mom, do not talk like that," I said. "Charles, look at me." She held my face in her hands. Hands that had braided my hair and painted my nails and held me through every breakdown. "I am dying. We both know it. But I need to know that everything I fought for was not wasted. I need to know you will keep living authentically. I promise," I said through tears. She died 5 weeks later, peacefully in her sleep with me holding her hand. Her last words to me were, "You are so beautiful, baby. Do not ever forget that." The funeral was small. Dad showed up, but we did not speak. Relatives who had abandoned us years ago came to pay respects to a woman they had rejected for loving her child too much. I wore a suit to the funeral, the most masculine outfit I owned. Some part of me thought I owed it to her to look respectable, to not give people more reasons to judge her parenting. But standing at her grave, I realized that was exactly what she would not have wanted. She had spent my entire life fighting for my right to be authentic. Wearing a suit to appease people who never cared about either of us was spitting on everything she had sacrificed. So I went home and changed. Put on a dress she had bought me for my 18th birthday. Did my makeup the way she had taught me. Went back to the cemetery and stood at her grave being exactly who she had raised me to be. "Thank you," I whispered to her headstone. "For seeing me when nobody else would. For fighting battles I did not have the strength to fight. For loving me completely even when it cost you everything." That was 4 years ago. I am 25 now and finishing college. Living authentically in ways that still scare me sometimes. Facing a world that does not always understand or accept me, but knowing I have the strength to exist anyway. People still say my mom turned me into a girl. They say it like an accusation. Like she did something wrong by supporting me. Like she should have forced me to be someone else. But here is the truth they will never understand. My mom did not turn me into a girl. She turned me into myself. She saw a child struggling to exist and gave them permission to breathe. She sacrificed her comfort and her marriage and her community so I could have something they all took for granted. The right to be real. The twist is not that she made me feminine. The twist is that she loved me enough to let me be whoever I needed to be even when it destroyed her life. Even when it meant facing cancer treatments alone because family had abandoned her. Even when it meant dying knowing her child would have to navigate this world without her protection. She taught me that love is not about making people comfortable. It is about making them free. And freedom is not always happy or easy or what everyone else wants for you. But it is always worth fighting for. I lost my mother, but I kept myself. Some days that feels like a fair trade. Other days it feels like I lost everything. But every single day I live authentically, I am honoring what she gave me. The courage to exist. The strength to be seen. The knowledge that I am worth the fight, even when fighting is all I have left. My mom turned me into a girl. No. My mom turned me into someone brave enough to be honest in a world that rewards lies. And that is the greatest gift anyone has ever given me. If you enjoyed this story, you can find more like it in my Femboy and cross-dressing stories bundle. 5 complete stories available now on Amazon for just $4.99. Until next time, keep exploring, feeling, and becoming who you are.